Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning everyone. My name is Dia. Here I'm the first speaker and I'm going to explain about the definition of language and the short history of English language. The first is the definition of language. In my opinion, language is a way or a method of people to communicate each other, where the language used to express identity, imagination expression, and emotional release. Well, let's move to the short history of English language. In this book says English is a West Germanic language that originated from Anglo-Frisian dialect brought to Britain in the AD 5th to 7th centuries AD by Anglo-Saxon settlers. Peoples from what is now Northwest Germany, West Denmark, and Netherlands settled in the British Isles from the mid-5th century and came to culturally dominate the bulk of southern Great Britain until the 7th century. Based on the periods, there are 4 periods in English. First, Old English. Second, Middle English. Third, Modern English. And the last, Late Modern English. Okay, I think that's all from me. The next explanation will be continued by my friends. Thank you.
For the first question is, language much more than speech, true or false? The answer is true. Language much more than speech, because we can communicate with other people without speech. We can use other language and we can writing. When we know a language, we can speak and be understood by others who know that language. Other than a speech, language can learning media. For example, Indonesian people are learning foreign language like as their second language. And the next question is, animals have a language? True or false? The answer is false, because animals do not have a true language like human. They do communicate with others through sound and gesture. Animals have a number of inborn qualities they use to signal their feeling, but these are not like from words we see in the human language.
And the next part of knowing language. The first is linguistic knowledge. The second is knowledge of the sound system. The third is knowledge of word. And the next is the creativity of linguistic knowledge. And the fifth is knowledge of sentence and non-sentence. And the last is linguistic knowledge and performance. And the next question, what is grammar? According to Noam Chomsky and Maurice Hall, 1968, grammar refers to the explicit theory constructed by the linguistic and proposed as a description of the speaker's competence. On the other hand, it refers to this competence itself.
What are different between descriptive grammar versus prescriptive grammar? Descriptive grammar focus on describing. The linguist asks it as saying how it should be asked. For example, think about a prescriptive rule like do not split infinitive. And then prescriptive grammar describe when people focus on talking about how a language ought to be asked. And then, can animals learn human language? Yes, animals can learn human language. Some of animals can learn slowly the word of language and ask it as form communication. For example, in reality, various species show abilities that seem to mimic aspects of human language.